Hey everybody, what's up? How's it going? It's me, Marcus, back here in BMX Streets Pipe, and I'm revisiting an old friend here. This is the Community Center Evolved. I actually made a video on this map, man, it was a while ago when this map came out, and this is a update to the Community Center made by Fuzz Livingston here, and it's on the PC version. Initially it came out when the game was version 2.0 and we didn't have the map importer for version 1.9.9. Well, Line Rider went in, imported this map into version 1.9.9 where we can use it in the map importer now. He also went in and made a night version. So I wanted to come in, check out this night version, see what it was about, even though I've already ridden this map before when it was in version 2.0, but I figured it'd be cool to check it out at night. And also, there really aren't any new maps out that are worth a video in my opinion. A lot of the new maps that have come out almost feel like alpha maps or first time maps, and sometimes when guys create their maps for the first time, they're pretty good, but some of them out there right now, I just feel like they're not really video worthy, and this place definitely is. This is one of my more popular videos that I had on the channel, was the original Community Center Evolved. So I figured it'd be really cool to come back in here, check it out, and see what's different in the nighttime version, and see if anything is different out here. I don't see anything different, but this place is sweet. I mean, there really doesn't need to be anything different because it's a super fun place to ride right from the get-go. I have gotten a few questions here about the BMX Streets game recently, and I don't even know if it's coming out. I don't have any inside knowledge. I don't know anything more than you guys know. I don't talk to Mash Games. I don't know if the game is still coming. I don't know anything when it comes to that. It does worry me that there are no updates. Mash Games does a terrible job of updating everyone, and that's never a good sign, or it's usually not a good sign. It could mean that he's just like working hard, but usually when a game is being worked on and there's a lot of people that want to see that game, a lot of times the developer will post updates, because if he posts updates, that lets people know that the game is still being worked on, and that also lets people know that, you know, they can get excited for it and they can actually put their time and money into funding that game. And it really concerns me that we haven't seen any new updates for the BMX Streets game, because honestly here, I'm getting bored of Pipe. I think it's great, but I can only ride so many levels without getting bored with it. And I'm getting to the point now where it's like, I want something new to do in this game. I'm tired of riding all of these levels. Yeah, they're great levels. There's a lot to do, but you can only do so much free riding without having challenges, without doing multiplayer, without having games of bike online. You can only do so much without getting bored, and I'm getting to that point now where it's like, when I start the game up, I don't feel that excitement that I felt before when these mods were coming out all the time. And the modding community too is kind of over it seems like. There's some mod guys out there that really aren't making mods like they were before, and I just kind of feel like Mash not putting out any updates, you know, isn't really keeping the hope alive for the full game, which is a bummer, because I think that's starting to trickle down into people just kind of losing hope and just saying, forget this, I don't even want to play this anymore, because when are we going to get something? We don't know. Mash Games started out really strong, because creating Pipe and making this $10 proof of concept to build hype around your game is a really smart move, because it gets people interested. People get to play it and see like, oh, this is really cool. The controls are great. Like, I'm down for this. And he was putting out updates pretty often when Pipe first came out. Not just updates in the game, but updates with what's going on with Streets, you know, kind of what his plans were, and just overall what his goals were and what he's working on. But that's pretty much been non-existent for the last year or so, which from a marketing standpoint is a terrible thing to do. You don't want to come out of the gate just putting out a ton of updates, you know, telling people that this is what they're going to get. They're paying $10 for this proof of concept, basically, to help fund the development of the full game, and people are psyched on it. I'm like, $10 for Pipe, which is absolutely amazing, to help fund a better version of this, I'm all in. But then not having any updates really loses people. It's like, okay, what gives here? I mean, he initially said that there was going to be all this, you know, this new game coming out, and there have been no updates for at least really a year, I think. He's put out a couple Instagram posts last year in 2019, but other than that, there really hasn't been too much. The year before that, in 2018, I think that's when he stopped working on Pipe. And I don't want to say that he's not working on the game anymore, because again, I don't know. I don't know any more than the general public knows about this whole thing. But to not update is really a bummer, because I think that updating everyone on, hey, this is what's going on, this is, you know, this is why I haven't been updating, or, you know, I've been working hard so I haven't been updating, but the game's still coming. I think that would be better than just no updates at all. And I don't know what's gonna happen. He's definitely made some good money off of Pipe, and you know, if his goal the whole time was to make the $10 off of Pipe for each copy sold, and you know, that was it, I would have respected it if he came out and he was like, yeah, this is my, you know, little indie developed game, it's gonna be $10, you're not gonna get much with it, but it's fun, it's, you know, it's a good time, and then leave it at that. I'd have been like, cool. And if that was the case, I would have been perfectly fine with Pipe being exactly what it is and not expecting a new version of BMX Streets. But the fact that he's come out and said like, hey, look, I'm working on this new BMX Streets game. Your $10 is going towards the development of that game. This is basically a proof of concept. You know, get ready, because eventually there's going to be a better version of this come out. I would have been like, you know, or I was like, and I still am like, that's cool, like he's, you know, working on something else. And the thing is, like, I don't feel like I wasted my $10. Like, I still think Pipe is great for $10. I still think that we're getting something for our money here, and I don't feel like I've been scammed or anything. The thing that I don't like is the fact that he's promised this new BMX Streets game, and there have been no updates, and we don't know if we're getting it. Hey, look, I'm just like you guys. I want to know exactly what's going on with this whole thing. I want to know if we can expect Streets or not. Because, again, I said at the beginning, I'm getting tired of Pipe too. You can only do so much free riding without just getting bored of the game. Let's see if I can pull this off. Come on, get off of there. Haha, sick. So again, I don't have anything bad to say about Mash Games. I don't know the guy. I don't know what he's got going on. But I'm just kind of looking at this from an outsider's point of view looking in. And I'm wondering, just like you guys, what is going on with BMX Streets? Is it going to happen? He told us that it's going to happen. He still says that it's going to happen with his most recent Instagram post. With it being a new year and still no updates, it just... my mind just wanders like... is it gonna happen, or has he abandoned the game? Again, if he would have just said like, hey, Pipe's it, I'm not going to work on BMX Streets, if he would at least come out and say that Streets isn't happening, if he would have initially said from the get-go that Pipe was gonna be it, I would have been perfectly fine with just Pipe. And if he decides to, you know, not make the full game and leave Pipe as Pipe, again, I would be perfectly fine with that. But the radio silence and no updates is kind of what has me worried. And if Streets never happens, then that's gonna look really bad. I mean, things are already starting to look pretty bad with it being like 2 or 3 years of just playing Pipe and no updates as far as what's going on the streets. I think the best thing that Mash Games could do right now, regardless of what's going on with the full BMX Streets game, whether he's abandoned it, whether he's working on it, whether he's just taking a break, is to make some type of post on his Instagram page, as well as over on the BMX Streets Discord. That thing still has a ton of new members every single day, and just saying like, hey, look, this is what's going on. I think that would make a lot of people feel better. I didn't even run over what the last scenario could be, and that could be just a full-on surprise release. So he has been very quiet, like I said, for a while now, and he could just come out of nowhere and just say, BMX Streets out next week, or something like that. And I think a lot of people would be like really stoked on that because it was like, ah, this guy did come through. And that could be something that he's up to. Again, I know nothing about the situation. I'm just kind of trying to look at it from every point of view. And he could come out like that and say like, this is it, surprise drop. Skater XL did a surprise release. The only difference in BMX Streets and Skater XL, which is a really big difference, is the fact that oh my god, is the fact that no one even knew about Skater XL. That was a complete surprise, and they came out of nowhere and they were like, it's coming out 2 weeks, get ready. But with BMX Streets, we've known about this for 2 or 3 years now. I've kind of lost track at this point. Like, it's been known for a while that this game is being worked on, and I just don't think the whole surprise release thing is the best idea, mainly because everyone already knows about it. It would be one thing if he was working on this in secret, you know, in the background, and if he even did come out with Pipe but didn't tell like his full intentions with BMX Streets and then did a surprise drop, that would make a lot of sense. But the fact that he's already like announced that BMX Streets is a thing and that's what he's working on, you really can't, it just kind of ruins the whole surprise drop and just kind of makes people really angry and frustrated. I mean, when it comes out, I think everyone will, if it does come out as a surprise drop, I think everyone will kind of forgive him for making us wait. But at the same time, like, the fact that it's in the air that he's working on BMX Streets and, you know, there have been no updates, that has people kind of worried. So I'm hoping that we get it. I'm still patiently optimistic, but at the same time, I am starting to get a little worried just because we've had no updates. And again, I kind of wanted to run through all those scenarios. The fact that we could see a few different options here, and I'm gonna run through these one more time before I get out of here. But the most recent thing that I was talking about was the surprise release. He could just drop the thing out of nowhere. I think people would be psyched on that. Maybe a little upset that, you know, he didn't update us, but if he does a surprise release, I think it'll be cool. The other options is the fact that he might have just completely abandoned the game, you know, said that it was going to happen and he just stopped developing it for some reason, whether that's personal reasons or you know, who knows what. And then we could end up seeing it, you know, still coming out, he's just not updating us. That could be a possibility. Those are really the 3 possibilities, and 2 of the 3 the game's coming out. 1 of the 3 the game is not coming out. I want to know your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Do you still think Pipe is gonna be, or I should say, do you still think Streets is gonna come out? Do you think he's abandoned the full game, or do you think that maybe he is gonna be doing some type of like surprise release out of nowhere? And maybe some of you guys watching this have some extra info that I don't know about. If you do, feel free to drop it down in the comments and let everyone know what's going on. Again, I don't have anything bad to say about Mash Games. This is just my perspective from the outside looking in. I do want to try and get that transfer load in this thing. There it is right there. Yeah! Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, click the like button, subscribe for more content if you're new around here and you haven't subscribed yet. Again, let me know down in the comments what you guys think, kind of what your thoughts are on the full game. Maybe you know something that I don't. I'll see you guys all again in the next video. Have a good one.